First off, I want to thank the brave men and women who work behind the wall. I want to thank them on a national level because their job goes unrecognized.
How do they try to turn a guard?
Well, correctional officer. Sorry, I apologize. But correctional officer.
How you guys doing today? It's Anthony Ganji. Welcome to another episode of Tier Talk. Today I want to talk about the importance of social media during these times, especially, again, in regards to the coronavirus. Right now, we need consistency, and believe it or not, social media can help us with that consistency. When I come back from our sponsor, I'm going to go first. I'm going to tell you why I feel it's important for that social media connection at this point. And then I'm also going to forward the video over to Russ Hamilton, who will also share with us his thoughts on the importance of social media. But also, he has a group called Keepers of Chaos on Facebook. It's a very good group, very informative, and he will go ahead and share his thoughts on what that group's about and basically the information that's shared within that community. So when we come back from our sponsors, we have a little bit to discuss. Now, as always, guys, the show Tier Talks for you brave men and women that work in corrections, so please subscribe, interact, engage, comment, hit that bell. That bell is going to notify you every time I post a video. We'll go to our sponsors. When we come back, we'll talk about the importance of social media and correction.
I wanted to attend a university that had an intelligence program. I wanted to look at problems different. I wanted to increase my critical thinking abilities. AMU offered those avenues to expand. Obtaining your degree as an adult, you're actually paying yourself and investing in yourself. You can't put a dollar on it, it's priceless. It's something that can never be taken away from you.
American Military University. Learn from the leader.
Guys, Inmate Manipulation is a course that is highly needed. It's the process that's so slow moving and subtle that you don't realize it's happening. When inmates choose to manipulate, they manipulate our need to react. Situational awareness and insight is going to save your career. It's going to save you from doing foolish things. Listen to your gut. So the more insight we have, the more we can recognize what isn't so overt, and we can correct our behavior before we fall into a trap that we can't get out of. If you allow an inmate to pull you out of your prescribed role, you are opening up a door for a host of problems.
Inmate Manipulation, the psychology behind inmate manipulation. Available now. Link in description. Thank you guys for listening to our sponsor. So during this time, the coronavirus epidemic, we're looking to do what we can to keep ourselves consistent, to keep that exchange of information going. Rikers Island being the jail that's most affected, I was able to have them on the show. They were able to tell us what they were doing, what kind of fights they're having to, move things forward. But there's a lot to learn here. And the thing is right now, this is probably going to wind up hitting most of our facilities across the country. If it hasn't hit yours, prepare yourself, because it could. So we need to be proactive. And because a lot of facilities are affected, there's a lot of information out there for us to utilize. I mean, I'm on Facebook every day and I see these great questions that are being asked, but they're also being answered by people that are members of these great Facebook group communities, or even on the YouTube channel, there's some good questions that are being asked and answered. So again, guys, take advantage of these social media outlets now. Let's try to bring about some consistency and find out what's working and what's not working by talking to each other. If ever there was a chance to utilize social media for our benefit, now is the time. This is a great way to bring about consistency and uniformity. I mean, right now, communication amongst each other is paramount. I love going through Facebook groups and seeing that, okay, this state is going through it, and look, they're giving all their information to a state that has the potential to go through it. I mean, having Elias Husamadin on the show recently, the president of COBA, which represents the officers out in Rikers, the information he gave was phenomenal. We were able to pass that over to other people who are going through it, or other places that could be going through it soon. So it's very important that we kind of keep ourselves in the loop and really start using social media to our advantage. There's great Facebook groups like Correctional Officer Brotherhood, Keepers of Chaos with a K. There's a lot of Facebook groups that are representatives of each state that's been put together by the front line that share a lot of communication. And sometimes they allow other states to come in. And just this exchange of information is extremely valuable. I mean, look at the information we get from the Tier Talk YouTube channel.
just in the comments alone. People with experience sharing in detail what they have to do or what needs to be done. We need to take advantage of it in these times. We need to show people that we're united, and we really do need to try to learn from each other. This is how we're going to pull through. This isn't just a local problem, it's a national problem. And ever to pull us together as one, this would be a great time to do it. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to forward you over to Russ Hamilton. Russ Hamilton's also going to talk about the importance of social media and connecting to people at a greater scale through social media. But he's also going to talk about his page, Keepers of Chaos, which is over 3,000 something followers. It's really grown, but there's so much good information that is shared on that Facebook group. I mean, just phenomenal information that should not be overlooked. It's moderated by some great people. And again, in this time right now, in this day and age, we need to take advantage of all types of resources. And believe it or not, these communities that we have built through social media, yes, including Tier Talk, is a great resource. If ever there was a time to employ these resources, it's now. We need to bring consistency, we need to bring knowledge, and ultimately we really do need to work together. What's working for you, let's utilize it. What's not working, we won't utilize it, but learn from each other. Again, Rikers Island, they're sharing everything. They're hit hard, but they're sharing information so other facilities won't get hit just as hard. And to me, that's so important. And if you guys haven't seen the episode with Elias Husamaddin, check it out. It's a great episode. I have it posted on my YouTube channel. But enough of that. Russ, what do you got?
Hey there, Tier Talk fans. Russ Hamilton here from Keepers of Chaos. So anyway, you've probably seen me in a few different videos because I do quite a bit of content and stuff to help Anthony out and whatnot. But anyway, today's focus is actually on that second part when I say that I'm from Keepers of Chaos. So anyway, what Keepers of Chaos is, and that's chaos with a K, K-A-O-S, on Facebook, it's just a Facebook group page that I started, and I did it just for correctional personnel. So I didn't want to limit it to just officers because there's a real deficit in the training, knowledge, etc. that we have out there. So I wanted to be able to reach everyone that works in corrections, and so I made it that broad. And then the second thing that I wanted to do is, rather than just, a hangout and people just, pasting some stories and things like that, I wanted to have real content. So in order to focus on real content, I do a lot of videos for and with Anthony Ganji over on Tier Talk on YouTube. So we port, most everything that's done over there on over to Keepers of Chaos. Now, it's not exclusive to Keepers of Chaos because Anthony also pushes that content out to lots of other correctional groups. But one of the things that's allowed me to do, it's allowed me to have, real content that's, really focused on. And when I say focused on, I mean that, we're looking at knowledge, we're looking at training, we're looking at the history, and we're looking at, the fellowship too, because that's important as well. But I wanted those first things to come first because there is that deficit out there. So, with regards to, the training and things like that we have on there, I've written articles that have appeared in C1 or just for Keepers of Chaos. I've done stuff on, complacency. I've done stuff on contraband. I'll often, write, little short, little bits of training, to put on there. And then as well as that, of course, then we have, all the videos that come over from that Tier Talk side. So I think, it's been, it's just been a real synergy of energy of, things that both Anthony and I have put into it. And, I think the feedback has been really good. It's been about a year and a half. We're right at about 3,500 individuals, and we work really hard to try and vet everybody. I've got a couple of guys on there who are my main administrators, a guy named Jim Hall and a guy named Brian Boggs, and they're both experienced correctional personnel. And so they help me vet a lot of these people. They also help, post some items for content and things like that. And they kind of just, keep the gears oiled and running smooth. And so that's really, you know, where I'm at right now in my correctional career. After, 27 years with California Department of Corrections and another, 2.5 to 3 years in juvenile justice in Northern California. I really didn't want all of my experience to just go to waste. And so that's why I do Keepers of Chaos. That's why I contribute to Tier Talk. That's why I contribute to Corrections One. And I just think, this is a fabulous outlet and a chance to really help correctional personnel out there. Because a lot of times guys just don't know what else is going on out there in the rest of the world because, their departments don't take the time to either train them or fill them with knowledge or just to, tell them, there's other ways that things are run besides the way this department runs them. So that's our chance to really, start to showcase to the world what it is that we do. And that's another important component of both Tier Talk and Keepers of Chaos is to show off what we do to the world, because what we do is very, very noble. And it's a true profession. It's a true career. And it takes a lot of chutzpah, courage, and self-confidence to be able to function inside that correctional setting. So anyway, if you're seeing this and you're a corrections professional of any kind, if you're a maintenance worker, a teacher, a nurse, what have you, come on over. We've got something for you in Keepers of Chaos. One of the first things that I did is when I first started having some of the nurses that were joining and stuff, I wrote an entire article just for them to talk about the things that they have to watch out for that inmates are doing. And really over there, we really just have each other's back, and we'll discuss all sorts of things. And then on top of all that, like I said before, we've got these great videos that Anthony puts out, that I put out, great interviews. We just did an interview the other day with Elias Hussamadeen, who is the president of COBA over in New York City Corrections, and really just talking about the coronavirus and the challenges that they're facing. And that's really essential, to other departments, because they could end up where New York is right now. Maybe what New York is doing right now in New York City, maybe that can be a guidepost for what they can look forward to, and maybe they can get ahead of that curve a little bit. There's a lot of other interviews that we've done. Probably the one that I'm proudest of was Dick Nelson. Dick Nelson was a lieutenant at the time that Black August happened at San Quentin. San Quentin is my home institution. That's where I started at back in 1989. For those of you that know, Black August is probably the most infamous incident in all of correctional history. So you can find that on Tier Talk. And it's just great because it's, you can go over there, subscribe for free, and we're always working on something new. As a matter of fact, we're working on this right now. So anyway, I hope that you guys will just take care, stay safe, stay frosty, stay aware, and we'll catch you soon.